Welcome, all my home buyers out there. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in the city of Round Rock, Texas, in a community called Salerno, and the builder we're looking at is KB Homes. Now, KB Homes has three different collections that they are offering in this community, starting with the Classic, then the Heritage, and the Hallmark collections. So we're going to be looking at one of their collections that's a one story. Now, this one story has a little bit of everything you could possibly need. And one thing that I love about KB Homes that stood out to me was the dens that they have associated on top of like the living areas. Now, keep in mind, this is all a one story. And if you want a home office, if you want like a separate little area for your guests, or if you have visitors planning on staying for an extended amount of time, you could definitely get that with this floor plan. And the way that they were able to configure the bedrooms with the den for the kids to have like a little study space, a little relaxed space, was really well done. I really like how they did that. So here we're in the kitchen. We just looked at the walk-in pantry. There's the breakfast nook area. More like I would call that what do they call it here? They call that a nook. They do call that a nook. And the great room. The great room is what they call the living room. And the primary bedroom is towards the back end of the house. I really liked those arched kind of arched ways for the door. What do you call that? For the hallway. These arched ways. Yeah, that's definitely, I didn't get a chance to ask if that was an upgrade or not, but this flex space, they decided to build a study in its place with the French doors. You could see KB Homes has a lot of ways that you can configure and have options when it comes to the floor plan. And on their website, I think they do a good job at really being able to show you all the possibilities. That's very user friendly. So here's the area that really blew me away. I really like how they configured all this with they have bedrooms on opposite ends, but in that middle area was the den for those two bedrooms. So for the kids, I mean, that would be just so much great space for them to get everything that they want done with the homework, and just even as a play area, right? Each of these bedrooms has a nice walk-in closet. They even have a window for the walk-in closets. That could be a hit or miss depending on your preference, because I know sometimes the sunlight does kind of discolor the clothing a bit, but it may not be a big deal if you don't care about too much. Here's another walk-in closet. Again, lots of storage in this floor plan. This den just blew me away. I was like, ooh, I would have loved that as a kid, to have a little my own living area pretty much outside of my bedroom. Again, keep in mind, this is a model home, and the model typically has tens of thousands of dollars, maybe sometimes over $100,000 worth of upgrades. So after touring the model, and then you tour one of their inventory homes, they will not look the same. You know, they have just so many of their upgrades to show you like the potential of what they can of what they can build, and they're putting their best foot forward. So don't be. But a good question to ask with the salesperson as you're walking and touring the home is, as we walk to the home, can you point out what's an upgrade and what's not? What's a standard and what's an upgrade? That's always a great question to ask as we're touring, so we can see. Because again, you don't want a surprise at the end to be like, oh, and you get your hopes up, because like this for instance is a flex room that they converted into another bedroom. So this would cost a little bit more money than because you're going to have a walk-in closet instead of it just being a room without a closet, and having it be more of a flex space. Some facts about the community. The tax rate is a huge drawback in my opinion. 2.84 is definitely on the higher end when it comes to your property taxes. But when I was looking at the inventory for this community, the price per square foot and the starting price point I think makes up for that high tax rate. So we can help them. We can make the numbers make sense so we can get you in that in your comfort zone when it comes to your monthly mortgage payments. HOA is $60 a month. This community belongs to the Hutto ISD. They do have buyer incentives, and from the email traffic I have been getting after I toured this community, they're offering like discounts, just taking it right off the bat. So say for instance, this home was $450,000. They're offering like a $15,000 discount just right off the bat. So if you're an all cash offer, you're saving $15,000 almost instantly. But if you're doing more of the traditional financing where you're going to get a conventional or FHA loan or VA loan, then maybe we could use some of that money to help with buy down the interest rate or help pay for some closing costs. It's flex cash for a reason, because depending on your specific situation, depending on where area you may need more help in, that's what we could use to kind of help divvy up that money to make it to help you close and to help you have the numbers make sense and benefit you the most when it comes to like the financial part of owning a home. So this is not too shabby, if you ask me, for a one story to have all that under one roof. Very functional. You have the home office. You have like your own like private area for a guest bedroom. That would be perfect, where they have the privacy and there shouldn't be that much of a noise complaint or noise issue. The primary bedroom is huge. One walk-in closet towards the and again, that's towards the back end of the house, which is always ideal for me. And again, KB Homes has a lot to offer as far as home upgrades or configurations. So you can kind of see off here in the back distance, they still have a lot of lots available. So if you're really looking to have a premium lot where you're maybe at the end of a cul-de-sac, maybe you don't want any backyard neighbors, then you could still find that here because they still have a lot more homes that they're building. So here is the lovely amenity center and the pool and the basketball courts. This is really well done. Very, very nice. I didn't get a chance to go inside, but because I've been in so many different amenity centers already, I pretty have a good idea. There's a gym in there. There's a nice little event center so you could probably rent out for your own private parties. And just check out this drone shot. Beautiful day when I flew the drone, and this is your community. This is what you would drive around. This is what it would look like. Look at all the walking trails. And just picture it, because this is a brand new community. Like when those trees mature in 10, 15 years, how much more shade and just more prettier is going to be, because you're going to have all those mature trees. Beautiful area. This is other than the tax rate that being a drawback, the location and the price per square foot, and this is the price starting point, is going to be, I think it's going to offset that. Those going to be reasons why you should want to check out this community. And once we're done with this tour here, I'll show you my MLS. I'll show you a little bit of the numbers that I'm seeing. Okay, that was it. Let me pause this here for a second, and then I'm going to share my screen so you could see a little bit of what the numbers look like. So this is my MLS. This is what it looks like when I'm searching for homes, and everything Red Sea are homes that have closed. So let's go back as far as March. So in March of this year, they closed 3 homes. 1, 2, 3. And in April, they closed 2 homes. In May, they closed another 2. And they didn't close anything for the month of June, but in July, they closed 2. So they've been very steadily closing since March. One thing, but check out all these pendings. Everything that's a orange P, that stands for pending. So all these are pending. That's a lot. That is a lot. So all these are going to close within the next 30 to 60 days. So that means we only have from 10 to 21. What's that math there? 11 homes that they currently have available to move in. And look at this one has been in the market for over 100 days. And that's over 3,000 square foot home priced at $560,000. So if your budget is within $367,000 on the low end to $593,000 on the high end, and you really like this home tour, you like KB Homes, let's go tour and see for yourselves to see if we can find something in their inventory that meets your criteria. right? So there is a lot. They've had steady demand, steady buyers meet the demand. So that's telling me that this community has a lot to offer, and buyers recognize that. That's why they're getting the consistent closings. So if you don't want to miss out, especially checking out this KB Homes in this area of Round Rock, then let's schedule a time to chat so we can go towards these for ourselves. And another thing I really wanted to point out on the map here real quick, just show you where KB Homes, this community, is on the map. I believe it's this one. Yeah, here we go. So here's Round Rock, right? Here's Round Rock, and here's Georgetown. The the prime thing about this community is its location, right? You're kind of like right in the middle between Round Rock and Georgetown. And Round Rock and Georgetown is probably like the best cities in Williamson County because there's so much to do. There's fine dining, entertainment, plenty of things to do indoors and outdoors. And you're gonna have the best of both worlds, right? And in this like kind of area, there's all the new construction happening in this area. I think is just the perfect because you have close proximity to the major highways. You have 35, I-35, right? Chances are that's where you would be taking if you work if you're going to be working south. And then you have toll, the 130 toll. The 130 toll is going to be your backup if the 35 is congested and there's a lot of traffic, which chances are there will be, right? But the point is that you're going to have options on how to commute, right? Going south, because chances are you're going to be working somewhere either in downtown or maybe up here where the other tech companies are. I know I've marked out Apple, Indeed, Dell, and Samsung, right? Or if you're planning to if you're moving here because you got hired at the new Samsung semiconductor plant they're building over here in Taylor, that is also within a short commute. Let's just take out the whole handy dandy ruler here. So from this community to the new Samsung plant, that's around roughly 10 miles. Right? Now let's do it to, let's say, what's this one right here? Dell. Let's do it from Dell Computers. So from here to Dell, we'll say that's around 12 miles. So that's a very good distance, good commute time. If you're planning to, if you don't work from home or maybe you have a hybrid schedule, that's within a good commute. And I do remember asking the salespeople, like, what kind of buyers are buying in their community, and a lot of them said that they're buying people who are working in these companies and these tech companies are buying their homes in this area, right? Because they see that the commute is there. They have access to 35 and I-130 toll. You're right smack dab in the middle between Round Rock and Georgetown, so you're just gonna have lots of stuff to do. So you're gonna have all those modern conveniences nearby. And that's just to name a few things. The price per square foot is there. I think the overall price point for this community for what you get is there. So it's definitely worthy of a tour. So what should you do next? If you're a buyer and you're looking to buy within the next 30 to 60 days, let's definitely schedule a time to do a virtual consultation. That's usually the quickest and most convenient way to do this. That way we get some face-to-face time, and we can dive a little bit deeper in the numbers of what I'm seeing, and maybe on how much room for negotiations that we have, and we could talk in greater detail about some of the incentives, right? And usually my consultations go a little bit like around an hour long because I'm going to be asking you a bunch of questions because we're going to be doing like a little self-discovery kind of call where we're going to figure out what your criteria is when it comes to your wants and needs and your deal breakers, right? Because maybe this community may not be a good fit depending on like what you kind of want out of your community. Maybe you want a very active community because you're a growing family, or maybe you want a very quiet community because you are just comfortable being at the house by yourself. All of these master plan communities that they're building out here in Austin have their own different vibe and feel to them, and I've toured a lot of them, so I can really, that's where can be of value because I've been there, I've done the video tours for those places, and that's a huge advantage. And I really suggest subscribing to the channel because if you want to keep up with all the new construction happening around the Austin area, or you are looking to buy within the next year or two and you're just trying to see like what's out there, I put out my videos on a weekly basis because I do all of my own editing. I record everything, so I'm able to churn these out very quickly. And a big advantage to that is because these incentives that the builders offer are very time sensitive. So if you don't subscribe to the channel or don't turn on that notification bell, you're going to miss out and miss out on these incentives. So subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. If you like all things new construction and looking to buy your first new construction home here in the Austin area. Again, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. I really appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.